Are you looking to move to Florida with the hopes of being able to have a boat? You're not going to want to miss this video. Stick around. My name is Megan Schoner. I'm a local real estate agent here on the Treasure Coast, and one of the things I absolutely love about the Treasure Coast and specifically the Port St. Lucie area in Florida is the boating and the access to all the amazing waterways all around us. So we have a Tri-Tune, which is right behind me. I love it. It's one of my favorite things ever. My husband says that the two best days when you have a boat is the day that you buy the boat and then the day that you sell it. But I absolutely love it. And I think it's such a fun thing to live here because you can go boating, 365 days a year. And it's really fun. You can do like nighttime cruises. I've seen even like around the holidays as Easter's coming up, people actually will do egg hunts and stuff like that along the on some of these little barrier islands and stuff like that. And it's just a really fun way to get together with friends and family, and you really see a whole different side of the Treasure Coast from the waterways. So in today's video, we're going to go over just some different aspects. So, talk about the different ways if you're looking at, either owning a home on the water. First thing we're going to go over is just boating in general and the different options for boating here. So if your dream has always been to live and have your boat in the backyard, that is definitely an option. There are really all types of home prices depending on, it's really going to depend on the size of your boat, and if you want to have fixed bridges, not fixed bridges, deep water access, or something for just a smaller fishing boat. But there are homes that start in the the 500,000s all the way up to multi-million dollar homes here. So if living on the water is something that's important to you, let me know, reach out. I'm happy to set up a search and go through the different options for you on that. The other thing, like what we do is we have our boat on a trailer. That way it gives us some flexibility to be able to bring our boat to, if we want to go down to Martin County and some of their waterways, or if we want to go a little bit further north and do either Fort Pierce or Vero Beach, we're able to do that as well. Or we've actually brought our boat down to the Keys. So there's lots of different options if you want to have your boat on a trailer. There are also, when we first moved down here, we had a boat club membership. So that's a really great option. So it's basically like what you have for like a car, like you lease a car. It's kind of the same thing with a boat. So there are a bunch of different boat club memberships, like Freedom Boat Club is one of the big ones in the area, and you pay a monthly fee, and depending on which membership you have, maybe you have a rental that you can do a couple times a month and you try out different boats. So nice thing with that is you don't have to store the boat. They bring it out for you. You take the boat out for the day and then you bring it back to them and they clean it, take care of it. So that is a fantastic option for you guys as well if you're just looking to enjoy it, see if you're going to like boating down here or not. It's a really nice popular option that people have. Then also there are daily rentals. So we have a lot of companies like Salty's Water Sports, one of the companies here, and you can rent a boat for the just for the day. So let's say you've got friends and family in town, you guys want to go out on the boat, you can rent a boat. Just make sure you do it, especially on a holiday weekend, that you do it far enough in advance because they do sell out very quickly. So that is another great option. And then there are always the tour companies. So you want to do a dinner cruise or you want to do a deep sea fishing boat tour, like a boat cruise will help put the bait on and everything like that for you and help you and your friends and family. So those are other options too to get out on the water. So for non-motorized water sports, also what is really popular here is paddle boarding. Actually, we'll do like paddle boarding yoga, which I don't have enough balance to do that, but people do. So you can do paddle boarding. Kayaking is really popular. And in Jensen Beach, there is a sailing school. So they have a lot of regattas there as well too, and all kinds of sailing lessons. So that's another really great option. Really, it is paradise to be able to live here and be able to be on the water all the time and have such easy access to it. So in terms of where do people go in Martin County, there is what we call the Stewart Sandbar. Super popular on weekends. Basically, it is an area that everyone kind of pulls their boats up next to each other, music. Everyone brings their dogs because the sandbar itself is really, shallow. It's, ankle deep. Kids, babies, everyone kind of just runs around. They bring their, mats and floats, dog, just a really fun area to kind of hang out with friends and family and stuff like that. Spend the whole day on the water. Fun thing there too is they actually have a floating, I wouldn't say restaurant, but a floating snack shack, I guess you would call it. You can get, hamburgers, hot dogs. So that's just a really fun area. So one of the other things that's really fun about having a boat or having friends with a boat is to be able to bring your boat up to the different restaurants and stuff in the area. So some of the areas like in Stewart, there's what we call Manatee Pocket. One of the old famous restaurants there is Shrimpers, and it's great. You just pull your boat right up there. There's a ton of different restaurants in that Manatee Pocket area, and bring your boat up, have some dinner, lunch, drinks, and just enjoy the afternoon. So really fun there. Also downtown Stuart, you can bring your boat. There are public boat docks there, and park your boat. On Sundays in downtown Stuart, they have music on the waterfront, so you can listen to music from your boat, or come ashore and maybe stop at Kilwin's and get some ice cream, or just browse the shops in downtown Stuart. So other restaurants too that you can dock your boat are Conky Joe's, more in the Jensen Beach area, and then more in the St. Lucie County, you've got Little Jim's bait shop, which is super fun, always live music, just a fun little area there. Also Harbor Town is great, and if you want to take your boat a little bit further north up to the Sebastian area, I highly recommend Captain Hiram's. It is just a fun little beach restaurant and stuff like that. So great areas to bring your boat and friends and family and stuff like that to enjoy a wonderful day and dining on the boat. One of the other main reasons that people love this area and having a boat is for fishing. Now, I'm not a huge fisherman. I leave that to my father-in-law and my brother-in-law because they absolutely love fishing. They tend to actually bring their boats, or sometimes they'll do a fishing tour out at Lake Okeechobee. So if you like freshwater, they really love going bass fishing. That's a huge area for it. And again, that's within about a half hour or so, 45 minutes from the area. So there is freshwater fishing. Then there's also deep sea fishing, which is huge here. So Stuart is actually known as the sailfish capital of, I don't know if it's of the world or the U.S. I think we say the world. So that is really huge here. And then Fort Pierce is also known as the kingfish capital. So awesome. I don't do a lot of fishing, but I've heard it's awesome deep sea fishing and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that, there are all kinds of day trips, charter boats that you can rent, and it's just or find a friend. But it's really, really, really popular here. So that is a huge draw. The other reason people love being by the water here is just for the recreation of it. It's just fun to be out with friends and family, just to be on the water, get a whole different look for the area. And then the other thing, which this is kind of a different thing that most people don't realize, we are only 83 nautical miles from the Bahamas. So there are a lot of people that actually live in the area and take weekend trips over to the Bahamas. So it usually takes, depending on the type of boat that you have, usually a couple hours. Actually, one of our news stations here locally does a Bahamas crossing forecast because it is that popular, that many people that travel over to the Bahamas by boat. So another great option, something you might not have known. So another popular water sport is paddleboarding, which you see behind me. This is kind of a little secret. I'm here at the C24 Canal, and a lot of the public parks have these paddleboards that are available for rental with the life jackets here. You can rent them by the hour. So just another option too if you're looking to explore the area by water. Okay, so today I'm at one of my favorite boat ramps. This is the C24 Canal here in Port St. Lucie. This is spring break around lunchtime on a Wednesday, and you can see it is it's pretty quiet. So there's a couple boats here, but lots of parking and a great boat ramp. But if you're looking for other public boat ramps, in Stuart there is Sandsprit Park. That one gets really crowded, but that's the closest one to Manatee Pocket, and also close for ocean access and to get over to the Stuart Sandbar. In Palm City they have the Charlie Layton Park, and Jensen Beach has their Indian Riverside Park that is by the sailing school. And then up in Fort Pierce they have JC Park, and then one of my other favorites is the Stan Bloom Boat Park. That again is close to ocean access, gets you closer to like Little Jim's, and just a lot of different options there as well too. So those are some good local public boat ramps. There are also private boat ramps as well too. Some of the different communities have them, and then some private owners also have some other ones that may be easier to get in and out. So no, this is not my boat behind me, but this is a pretty typical fishing boat here that is real popular in the area. But one of the other really fun things when you're out on the water is we have a lot of dolphins that are in the area. So a lot of times when you are out on the water, you will see dolphins kind of chasing the wake of your boat. So it's just a really fun experience to share with friends and family that have never been to the area as well. So we just have such amazing wildlife. You'll see amazing birds. There's tons of great fishing in the area, and the dolphins, just the cherry on top, I guess. It's just super fun and just a wonderful area. So did you know the marine industry in St. Lucie County alone has 461 businesses that employ over 7,000 employees? It is a $1.3 billion impact on our county, with 46,000 registered boaters in the county of St. Lucie County. We have a lot of companies that are based here in St. Lucie County, including Maverick Boat Group, Pursuit Boats, Twin V, Americat. Let's see, there's also High Tide Boat Lifts, Freedom Boat Club, and then in downtown Fort Pierce, one of the new companies in there is Director, that is bringing in luxury high-end yachts. So there is a lot in this marine industry. So if it is something that you are interested or looking for a job in this area, this is it's a growing sector in our community. So one of the things we have to watch out for, as you'll see, are the manatees. These are not obviously in the ocean, they're more in the intercoastal and stuff like that. But as boaters, we definitely have to watch out for them because they move very, very slowly. The other thing for our wildlife too, as you see the signs too, watch out for alligators. They're always in any waterway. This area is known for a diverse list of fish species, which there is nonstop action for anglers and for all skill levels. Fishing is a huge part of the area's history. This area, and specifically in Fort Pierce, date back over a century. In the early 1900s, fishing was one of the area's key industries. Downtown Fort Pierce had fish houses and packing plants for mackerel, mullet, and kingfish that were brought in by the boatload and then shipped all the way up the East Coast Railway. And today, recreational fishing is one of the main attractions. Fishermen descend to our area with their rods and reels, knowing that the waters can deliver big rewards. I guess there's a record-breaking catch of a 17.7 pound spotted sea trout was captured in our Indian River Lagoon. Fun tip. So getting offshore, just really a huge big deal in our area. There's a lot of different fish, such as the grouper and snapper, and also the mahi-mahi and the sailfish, and as I mentioned earlier, the kingfish too. This area is actually home to the National Championship Tournament of Kingfish, the Southern Kingfish Association. So visitors can learn the sport and easily cast lines off of the jetties that flank the Fort Pierce Inlet. Fishermen also can be seen landing tarpon, black-tip sharks, snook, and pompano in the area as well too. So, and then if you stay inshore on the Indian River Lagoon, it's just as action-packed, and there are a biologically diverse estuary, which is a fertile feeding ground for spotted sea trout, snook trout, snapper, black drum, and flounder. And so anglers just love our area for its variety of the species, but also the amenities like the multiple marinas, free public boat ramps, bait and tackle shops, cleaning station, charter boats, and fishing guides. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on just kind of a brief synopsis of what's going on the Treasure Coast. And if you are looking for a boating community, fishing community, just love being on the water, it's another reason why there's so many treasures here on the Treasure Coast, and just help you make your dream of living on the Treasure Coast a reality.